Peace, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Music No Industry, where we will be talking about music and not the industry. Hopefully, not the industry. So, my name is Aquil. If you don't know, I'm a music artist. Um, Eternal High Frequency is what I represent. Uh, Make Sense is out right now on all streaming platforms. Eternal Traveling Light will be coming out very soon. New music will be coming out soon off of Traveling Light, and Traveling Light will be following up. And just look out for more stuff. I have music online. I have a couple of songs out. I'm going to be re-uploading a lot of my music. You can find my stuff on my website, eternalhighfrequency.app, um, .netlify. So, the topic of this episode is what constitutes what represents a classic album in your eyes. And the reason why I say this is because there's been a lot of hype around new music that's come out from people in the industry, and people say, "Oh, this is a classic," and this is an instant classic. It's and the criteria for what's a classic is very vague. And not saying that it has to be this, formulaic, super scientific model of what's classic, but I think that the concept of what is a classic over the years has been muddied, has been confused, and has been diluted into, what has sold the most records, or what has been played the most on the radio, or what the industry has deemed to be a classic. For instance, I'll give you a prime example, and this is just on some rap stuff. It doesn't have to be rap and hip hop; it could be any music form. When Supreme Clientele by Ghostface Killer came out, it really didn't have any fanfare. I remember when it came out. I want to say it was 1999 to 2000. Long story short, I remember because I was a big Ghostface fan, still am. I remember when the album, and I borrowed the album from my friend, and I never gave it back. No, I think I did give it back. Shout out to Mar. But I played that album straight through over and over and over and over again. Even the songs I didn't like, I just let it play. Even till this day, I find myself taking road trips and I'll play that album straight through. Most Def's album, Black on Both Sides, play that album straight through. Um, I mean, just to me, that constitutes both of those albums are classic to me, but they didn't receive the fanfare that classic in today's uh, social media driven, quick, instant, fast world would represent. So I say all that to say, what represents a classic to you? To me, it has to be minimal, skippable songs. So it doesn't have to be a number, but you just let it ride through. And even if you skip a song or two, okay, that's fine. But more than likely, you're going to just let the album play straight through. It has even if it doesn't have a concept, it fits together. It doesn't feel like a bunch of singles just thrown together. More often than not. Um, I mean, it has replay value. I think that's one of the primary, most important thing. When I play it, I get something new every time, or I just want to play it over and over again because I enjoy it that much. Um, that represents a classic to me. It has to have replay value. I can't just play it one time and never want to hear it again. Um, that represents a classic. But what represents a classic to you? So I'll go back to some albums before hip hop. So, Off the Wall to me is a classic by Michael Jackson. Uh, Songs in the Key of Life, a classic. What's Going On, a classic. Um, John Coltrane, Love Supreme, is a classic. Um, an artist a lot of people don't know about, or you probably don't know about, or maybe I'm assuming. Sugar Otis, Inspiration Information, classic. Um, I mean, so on and so forth. I'm naming these albums, but when I name these albums, things that come to mind are a theme, even if it's a loose theme. As far as the music, it has a continuity to it. It doesn't sound like they were just, picking sounds that they wanted to do. It has a very cohesiveness, a connectedness to it. There's a Ride Going On by Sly and the Family Stone, classic. And that inspired, when I listened to that album, I saw where Outkast got a lot of their influence from. So Outkast, Atlan's, what's the other one? Aquemini, and even the people didn't like it, or they didn't like it as much as the other ones. Stankonia, classics. Ice Cube's albums, America's Most Wanted. The album where he had Uncle Sam with the toe tag on it. Oh my God, what's the name of that album? America's Most Wanted. Oh my God, I forgot the name. But long story short, those are classics. All Eyes on Me, classic. Doggy Style, even though Snoop Dogg is not one of my favorite artists, that's a classic. Dr. Dre's The Chronic, classic. Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt is a classic. Even though at the time I remember people were putting down Jay-Z, I listened to the album and said, yo, who is this guy? First time ever hearing him. I remember 96, certified classic. Only Built for Cuban Links. The Purple Tape, Goes to Raekwon, classic. So I'm saying all these albums to say that when you listen to these albums, they have a thematic thing about them where they're cohesive, the visual, the rhymes, the bars, the production, it's all there. Like there's no weakness to these projects, and even if they do have weak points, overall they're not blemishes for the project. It's like, okay, yeah, that song might have been a little whack, or it might have been a weak verse here or there, or a weak hook here or there, but overall the project is just amazing. Kanye West, Graduation, classic, and I literally graduated that year, and I'm dating myself, I don't care. So I say all that to say, classic albums. What constitutes a classic album in your mind? And I don't want to say song, even though I'll go on that in another video. But what represents a classic to you? Name some classics. It just doesn't have to be rap. It could be any genre. What's a classic to you? All right. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, like, and share. Turn on higher frequency. Make Sense is out now. Look for more music coming up. And I'll see you on the next one.